First of all, I'd like to say a very good day to my many friends, also to my many enemies. Once again, this is another episode of Roosevelt Sounds Off, and I'm not going to give a number to this particular one because I just jumped on here for a couple of minutes just to tell you pretty much it's kind of like a special report, and it's kind of like some positive news at the end. Something that happened to me today when I was in church. Today is, of course, First Sunday, and it is, if my memory all serves me correctly, the 7th of August 2016. And I know by the time that many of you all see this, that we will be in Monday morning or Monday afternoon. So yes, I was in church this morning, and what happened was I walked into Sunday school a little bit late. I caught like the last 15 minutes or so. And I'm not really too sure of all of what the lesson was, but when I came into the Sunday school class and sat down near the back of it, the teacher, she was talking about, what has been going on in this country, about policing and police brutality and this kind of thing, and she made a comment about activists. She basically said that all, didn't say some, but made the broad generalization or broad general statement that said all activists are just in this thing for themselves. They don't care anything about the victims or the families of police. All of them are in it for themselves and just thinking that they're going to be the next Jesse Jackson. And she seemed like she was just very angry or something at activists or, people who protest and against police brutality and everything. And I wanted to say something, but I've just been attending this church for only a year. I have not joined, so I didn't know whether I would have a right to. And plus, in this particular church, it's a denomination called CME. For many of y'all who don't know what CME or those letters stand for, that means Christian Methodist Episcopal. And I pretty much kind of know the protocol since I was raised. Me and my family, we were Baptist by denomination. So I kind of know Baptist protocol. I know sanctified protocol, even though some possibly Islamic protocol. I don't know too much about CME protocol. So I just didn't want to holler out, blur it out and everything, even though every single fiber of my being on the inside of me and everything, really wanted to say something, wanted to shout out, wanted to do something, because I'm pretty sure that you all know, anybody who knows me, knows that that comment left me feeling some type of way. So, she finished up the rest of the lesson, because I don't know how she got on that, but she did finish up the rest of the lesson, and then afterwards, we closed, with prayer. And then on the way to my seat near the front, I did stop her and I told her that, I was also an activist and I've protested. And I told her that, I told her that I think it's wrong to make a general, very broad blanket statement like that, because all of us are not the same. And I began to share with her a little bit of my story about the reason why I'm an activist, and the reason why I have protested is just because I myself am, a whole lot of you all who don't know, I'm a victim of Chicago police corruption. And I said that I think that that comment was very insulting, not only to me, but insulting to every single protester out there and activist out there who could have been a victim of police brutality and a victim of police corruption. Because I let her know that, I said, you just see these activists on TV, but you don't know everybody's story. Please don't get me wrong. I'm trying to look at this from both sides, because truly, you might have some activists and everything, especially more famous ones, who do try to come around and try to be, more famous and more into it and everything for themselves. But that is not everybody. And I told her that's definitely not me. It's many of us activists and, people like myself who are victims of police. And that's the reason why a whole lot of us march. That's the reason why a whole lot of us protest. And, and a whole lot of us, yeah, we do care for the families, because why? A whole lot of us were there. I mean, in our lives, because a whole lot of this kind of stuff happened to us. Just like it happened to me, it happened to a whole lot of other people. So I do know how victims of police brutality and police corruption feel. And then she looked and she began to look kind of, should I say, sad in the face somewhat. Because she said, okay, yeah, you might be right. So, next week during Sunday school, I might have to make a correction on that. But next week, I guess the church is having a special, like a pastor's appreciation. And so it's usually 2 services. You have a service at 8, and then, you have Sunday school and then 11 o'clock service. But it's going to be, only 1 service next week because it's like a special weekend. So it's going to be a mass 10 o'clock service, and that's going to be it. So she said, I'm going to make that correction to the Sunday school class and everything. And then she asked my name. I told her, and she told me, okay, I'm going to do you one better. Would you mind coming? And she asked me, would you mind coming back to the class and telling a little bit of your story to the class? And I told her that I would welcome that. I would be open to that. So the good news is that after this, I will, around the 3rd, I think, or maybe 4th Sunday in this month, I will be addressing a Sunday school class at the church that I attend here in Chicago about, my story and my problem, with police and policing and even some of the laws of this country. She has given me the opportunity to address this, and that's something I am going to do. So I'm just letting all my YouTube family know that I will be addressing this situation of what happened to me and why I protest and how come. And I told her that it even led to me getting a YouTube channel, because Roosevelt Sounds Off, I mean, it came about and was born out of the experience that happened to me. Now, of course, I've dealt a whole lot with police issues, too, because that's what the whole, Roosevelt Sounds Off platform was based on. But at the same time, I mean, I've dealt with other issues too. I've dealt with issues on relationships and religion and politics. I'm going to get more into that as time goes forward, as we get closer to November in this 2016 presidential election. And I have dealt with spiritual matters. I've had on guests. So really and truly, I think that this YouTube channel of mine that I have done over the last 3 years or so has dealt with many different issues. And I told her that I also have dealt with issues also of accountability, because a whole lot of us, we could complain about police or policing and laws of police brutality all day long if we want to. But at the same time, I have dealt with issues where sometimes in certain cases, a whole lot of us, due to some of our behavior, due to some of the way that we act, due to some of the ways that we treat each other, certain things we have done as a community and as a Black and Latin community, certain things of the laws and of the justice system we have also brought upon ourselves. So I have dealt with Black and Latin accountability and how we need to be accountable for certain things. So I've dealt with almost every single thing in as I approach coming into my 50th episode sometime this week. I'm going to be dealing even with other issues, and I'm not stopping. I'm going to continue on to deal with these issues because somebody has to, to talk about this stuff. I'm working on something, I wanted to, I had to just say this now, but I didn't want to make this an episode with a number, because one thing I'm doing, I'm working on something very major for my 50th episode. You all are going to see what it is on this week. And I'm going to be talking about some very serious things that many of you all don't know about. Sometime this week, it's going to take a lot of research and I'm going to have somebody reading, but this is kind of a preview to this video that I'm going to do this week. I'm going to be talking about something called the King Alfred Plan. The King Alfred Plan, in case many of y'all who don't know, is basically a government document that was drawn up in the 1960s, which outlines the arrest and detainment and extermination and murder of every single black and Latin person in this country within 10 minutes. Boy, you're going to have to put on your seatbelts for that one. So I'm saving that for my big 50th episode. So this is just a special report that I did want to address, and it is some good news because I get a chance to share my story with the Sunday school class in a couple of more weeks at Carter Temple CME Church here in Chicago. I think I'm probably going to do that around the 4th Sunday, and I'm going to have to get back to you all and let you know like how that all went. And before I get ready to close out this video, I want to thank all of my loyal YouTube subscribers, Facebook friends, everybody for your loyalty, for your watching. I even talked, to somebody, because the group I sing with, Anointed Voices of God, we were singing in a park yesterday, and I told one of the vendors who was working there about the channel, and she subscribed to it. I didn't get her name, but a big super shout out to her if she is watching. I think her and her kids and everything, they were just absolutely great. And many of you all out there also are great. And thank you all for watching. And if you like any of these videos, make sure you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And I'm going to leave that right there for right now. That is just some of the good news that is going on for right now in my life, that I will be sharing my story in a couple of more weeks. So hopefully, if I can get all of this together about the King Alfred Plan this week, I'm going to release that video. Hopefully I can get somebody to help me with it around Tuesday or Wednesday. But you'll see it when it comes up. That's going to be for my big 50. So everybody, all my subscribers and friends, make sure that you stay tuned for that. And so for right now, leave it right there, and I'll see you all on the next one. And peace and blessings to all, and hope everybody has a wonderful day.